Welcome back to my channel, your go-to space for yoga and wellness and healing on the journey to a pain-free life. If you're new here, I'm Annalene, a yoga teacher, sound healing practitioner, Reiki practitioner, and passionate guide in all things wellness. I believe deeply in the body's miraculous ability to heal itself through God-given modalities like breath, movement, sound, touch, and intentional vibration. Today I'm going to share something with you that honestly blew my mind. It is a t-shirt from a company called Intelligent Threads, and the threads of the fabric are embedded with a healing frequency, or something like that. And I know what some of you might be thinking. Maybe it's just placebo. If you think it'll work, it will. And trust me, I had that exact same thought. Just a quick disclaimer, this is not medical advice. If you're experiencing pain, please consult with a qualified healthcare professional. I'm simply sharing my own experience for informational purposes. I've had neck pain for most of my life. It started after an accident in my childhood, and over the years I've seen many different doctors in different countries where I lived, and most of them told me that there was nothing that they could do for me. Others wanted me to come back for more and more treatments. I tried to do pain management through the years through chiropractic care, yoga, self-myofascial release, massage. I found weightlifting, and the strength that I gained from that really gave me hope, because the more I moved my body and the stronger I became, the better I felt. But the big paradox is that with it came more tension. Without knowing how to release pre-existing tension or how to recover properly, it just caused more tension. And nothing that I did ever brought me lasting results. As someone who is very active, I love weightlifting, practicing and teaching yoga, running around our homestead with my husband. Movement isn't just a hobby for me, it's a necessity. Really, as nature intended. And if you're like me, you know when pain stops you from moving, it stops you from truly living. It's not something I enjoyed using as an excuse like, oh, I can't work out because... No. Every time I felt that sharp electric sensation from my shoulder blade up into my neck, I knew I was in for days of pain and reduced mobility and honestly just a lower quality of life. Fast forward to a few months ago, my husband came back from a biohackers expo in Miami, and he brought me back this t-shirt from a company called Intelligent Threads. I was told this isn't just any t-shirt. Sounds a little bit like a Jack and the Beanstalk story. The shirt is embedded with a frequency to help with muscle relaxation and recovery. I mean, if you look closely, can you see that? Nothing, I'm just kidding. You can't see anything. The company behind it is based in Texas, and they use what they call tension release technology, which is, as far as I understood, somehow a stabilized energy field embedded at the molecular level into the fabric. Yeah, don't look at me like that. I don't know either, okay? It is designed to communicate directly with your muscular system, so chronically tight muscles can finally release and relax, allowing your body to start realigning naturally. This energy field that I mentioned communicates with muscles directly once the textile is introduced to the body's energy field. So you don't even have to be wearing it, it can just be placed on your body. It requires no power source. In fact, the human biofield seems to be the power source. It also doesn't become less effective over time or with washing. Thank goodness, because I've been wearing mine a lot and also washing it a lot. As a sound healing practitioner and Reiki practitioner, I immediately found this concept extremely fascinating. So I thought, okay, let's try. There's nothing to lose. Though the company describes it as a stabilized energy field, as a Reiki practitioner and sound healer, I interpret that as a proprietary frequency woven into the textile, something that communicates with our muscle systems and nervous system energetically. We are energetic beings living in a vibrational world. Every cell in your body pulses, every organ resonates. Even thoughts and emotions carry measurable frequencies. So we know frequency and vibration aren't just buzzwords. They're the foundation of how our bodies and the world around us function. I'm most likely completely off when it comes to how this shirt works, but I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent and then bring it back to the shirt momentarily. Just in an attempt to kind of sort of maybe not at all understand within my own scope of work, but we're gonna start by talking about the Earth. The Earth itself emits a natural frequency called the Schumann resonance, around 7.83 hertz. That's an incredibly slow and soothing, meditative hum running through the planet's body. Studies have shown that exposure to this frequency can help calm the nervous system, regulate sleep cycles, and support healing. So how do we tune into this? Because it sounds pretty amazing, right? It's beautifully simple. Walk barefoot on the earth, touch a tree, sit on the ground, lay in the grass. This is called grounding, and it's more than just a modern day wellness trend. Regular reconnection with the Earth's frequency supports nervous system regulation, reduces inflammation, enhances mental clarity, and uplifts emotional well-being. It's literally how we're wired to recharge, yet we're far more focused on recharging our devices. That's how disconnected we have become. On the other end of the frequency spectrum, we have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 5G, all sorts of smart devices, creating an invisible storm of damaging frequencies. These technologies operate at much higher frequencies. For example, Wi-Fi routers emit signals in the 2.4 to 5 gigahertz range. That's 2.4 to 5 billion hertz. And 5G, even more. This is constant pulsing radiation that surrounds us 24/7, even while we sleep. While the research is still ongoing, as always, many studies have associated long-term EMF exposure with symptoms like sleep disturbances, anxiety, hormonal imbalance, oxidative stress, and nervous system dysregulation. So on one hand, we have the earth grounding and healing, and on the other hand, we have a rising tide of chaotic artificial frequencies. That's why I believe so strongly in tools that help bring the nervous system back into resonance, whether it's grounding, which is absolutely free, sound healing, Reiki, or something like maybe intelligent threads, which introduces restorative frequencies into the body through what we wear. Although each one works differently, the intention is the same: supporting the body and returning to its natural rhythm. And that's where true healing begins. So, back to the shirt. At first, I was not expecting much, but I was in the middle of another intense episode, as I call it, when I had this nauseating pain and couldn't even get comfortable lying down. I wore the shirt, and to my surprise, I felt some relief. That being said, I still went to the chiropractor, did my stretches, used my fascia release tools, but I started noticing that my body was responding faster to these healing practices and that the episodes weren't as severe and wouldn't last as long as they used to. After a couple of weeks, my human brain kicked in and I started questioning it. Was it just placebo effect? Was I just wanting it to work so badly that my brain convinced my body it was working? Because even though there was a subtle improvement, I was still in quite a lot of pain a lot of the time. So I stopped wearing it. It's necessary to mention that I've had this issue for over 2 decades and it has just become increasingly worse. So I do know that it won't heal overnight. And then after I stopped wearing it, life happened again. One quick movement, too sudden, and I was back in Pain City. So Sean suggested to wear the shirt to bed, which I did, and I was in so much pain that no matter what position I was in, it was hurting. I was sleeping on my side, and then at some point during the night, I rolled onto my back and I actually heard my cervical vertebrae separate. I felt the muscles release and the pain dissolve instantly. The next morning, I woke up and felt like myself again, and I went straight back to the gym, and all was good. I became increasingly curious about how this shirt works. I've been trying to make sense of it from a sound healer Reiki practitioner perspective, like I already said, especially because it interacts with the energy field. And that's exactly what I do in my healing sessions. As a Reiki practitioner, I help rebalance the subtle energy systems in the body. As a sound healer, I use vibration and frequency to shift the body into a state of resonance where healing and restoration can naturally happen. Obviously, the company doesn't disclose all the details about the shirt. It's considered intellectual property. But to try and put it into perspective for myself, I was like, okay, in sound healing, different instruments produce specific frequencies that affect the body on multiple levels. For example, lower frequencies like those around 10 hertz can promote relaxation by encouraging alpha brainwaves. Frequencies around 40 hertz have been shown to stimulate brainwave entrainment linked to cognitive function and memory. Frequencies in the range of 200 to 400 hertz can stimulate deeper tissue healing and muscle relaxation. Meanwhile, certain frequencies have been studied for their impact on organs. For example, 432 hertz is believed to resonate with the heart and promote emotional balance. Frequencies near 528 hertz are often called the DNA repair frequency because of their ability to support cellular regeneration. I can talk about this for hours, but for the sake of moving this video forward, let's get on with it. So in this case, the company has developed its own proprietary vibrational imprinting, its own secret recipe of frequencies woven into the molecules of the fabric. Apparently. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I find that extremely fascinating. As someone who is sensitive to frequency, I can sense the energetic communication happening beneath the surface. Especially in the beginning when I started wearing it, I could feel a subtle vibration in my upper back, but it was so subtle that I could have missed it if I wasn't paying attention. It felt almost like a tuning fork that you think is vibrating, but you're not really sure. Like right now. Okay, you can see it vibrating. Now I hear it vibrating. Can you? I don't know if you can. We'll see how that comes out. The whole idea of the shirt is that when muscles are overly tight, they hold your bones in improper positions, perpetuating poor posture and chronic pain. By calming these overactive muscles, your body can slowly return to its optimal structure. It isn't a magic shirt. It's not going to fix every structural issue overnight or even in weeks or months. It may take years for all I know. Chronic patterns take time to be rewired. For me, at this point in time, it's an additional tool in my healing toolbox, and I've been seeing enough benefit to keep coming back to it. This shirt is definitely on the pricier side, and it only looks like a regular shirt, but the cost of chronic pain in terms of physical, emotional, and even spiritual well-being is far greater. If a tool can help me move freely, teach yoga joyfully, lift weights safely, run around the homestead, and live my life without being sidelined, that's an investment I am willing to consider. I still believe that healing is multi-layered, physical, energetic, emotional, spiritual, but all I can really say is that it has made a massive difference for me. And beyond the shirt, this is your reminder that our bodies are always listening. Our cells, fascia, muscles, nervous system, they're responding constantly to what we give them. Be it movement, sound, breath, mindset, vibration. If you're curious about this technology, or maybe you're looking to explore vibration and frequency-based healing, I'll link intelligent threads below so you can check them out. If you enjoy living a pain-free life, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who might be struggling with chronic pain. Then let me know in the comments, have you tried anything like this before? Would you consider wearing a healing frequency shirt, or do you think it's all just a big placebo? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this healing journey with me.